Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Nathan from MyCryptoParadise, and in this video we will yet again look at the Tron price action, because this coin is getting very interesting. There is certainly a huge upside potential. We will talk about that potential in relation to the USDT as well as the Bitcoin. Also, we will look at the overall market sentiment across the board, and we'll try to understand the tendency for the next week or even month. But first off, I would like to get started by going back to our previous analysis and look at what has happened. Starting off with the stellar, well, what we had is this pullback that we were expecting. Overall, this pullback is likely to come to an end. So for now, the risk of further decline towards this trend line is possible, although at the moment it holds very little probability. So we still are in a massive uptrend, and this could be the beginning of yet another move to the upside. Now, this was our expectancy from the Wi-Fi, the year in finance. And as you can see, we shared this analysis when the price was at 32K. Right now it's trading near 40K, and there is still a huge upside potential, which might result in yet another 80% growth. Now, right there you see the teller analysis, TRB against the USDT, and we also shared this analysis once the price was near the $30. And as you can see, we have approached the key resistance for the teller. Very important to watch whether it will break to the upside, and then we might be seeing further price increase by another 44%, maybe even much higher if we break above the resistance. But we already see that the price broke above the simple downtrend trend line, so certainly the bullish pressure is extremely high. Now, these are our analysis on the e-gold, and as we can see, the price did produce a very nice bullish candle after we published these analysis. Right now we're still having these green candles, although there was this consolidational phase which is still ongoing, and break above $152 should result in the fast rise of the price. In this case, we might be expecting a growth of over 50%. The next one is AVE. Also, we shared analysis once the price was at this trend line, was extremely good opportunity. And as we can see, price is already trending up for 3 consecutive days. Now, the 4th day, obviously, we have the small red candle, but this only can be a pullback. Overall, price is expected to continue rising, and we are likely to rise by another 30% overall. But if the resistance gets broken near $550, then obviously there will be a huge upside potential. Now, moving back to the Tron. So this is the Tron against the USDT chart on the daily time frame. And there are very interesting points that I would like to mention. The first thing, of course, is that the price is trending up because we are producing higher highs and higher lows. But what happened right there during this consolidation phase, which has lasted from September 22nd up until the point where we rejected the support for the 3rd consecutive time, 23rd of December. So this area got rejected multiple times, with the final one being right there. And clearly 0.024 is the key support for the long run. So after this rejection, price also bounced off the 200 exponential moving average. But then we obviously see that there was the resistance formed near 0.038. So this resistance got rejected several times right there. There was also a minor rejection here. But then finally we broke above this high and produced yet a new higher high. Now, this strong pullback could have provided an extremely good opportunity for buyers right at this point, because this is the point where the price bounced off the simple uptrend trend line, which you can see here in blue. There was this bounce, and at the same time we can see that this area of resistance clearly became the support, and the price bounced off this support. So bounce of the trend line and bounce of the support provided an extremely attractive opportunity for buyers. Now, what can be expected from the Tron price action against the dollar in the coming days and weeks. So what has been done here is we applied this FIBs to this pullback where the trend line got rejected, because as you can see, there was no break below this support, which is the green line. There was only one spike and still failure to close below this low here. So we have used this FIBs, and as we can see, there are two retracement levels. First is 161.8, which hasn't been tested, and we can see also the simple uptrend trend line, which has become an average price uptrend trend line. It also wasn't tested. So we still have this potential for retest of this resistance, but most likely what will be happening is that Tron will break higher and actually will test the resistance near 0.09. Very possible that we will go towards the $0.1 psychological level. There could be the spike, and of course price could go much higher, but we're only talking about the nearest resistance that should be expected in the coming days or weeks. Now let's go to the 1 hour chart. What we see is that there was this area of resistance, well, support, then resistance, and it has clearly become the support area or demand area. At this area, price has rejected the 200 exponential moving average. There was one rejection and then there was another rejection, and now we see that the new higher high has been printed because this high has been broken. At the same time, we see the volume profile indicator applied to this overall correction, overall pullback, to see where the most trading volume has been occurring, and this red line shows that this is the area where we actually bounced off along with the 200 exponential moving average and the previous area of resistance. So now we understand that this pullback was very important. We bounced off the moving average, we rejected the support on the higher time frames. For this reason, we have used another FIBs applied to this pullback, and now if we zoom it out, we can see that there are now two FIBs, 261 and 861.8 retracement levels. This makes the area at 0.09 and 0.1 very important supply area or potential upside target for only this wave that is expected to occur during this and next week. Besides, what we see is the average price uptrend trend line could be tested right at this moment, which makes it April 3rd. So overall, this might be taking 3 weeks of an uptrend, a non-stop uptrend. At the same time, we also can see a really fast move to the upside, maybe even break above, then pull back, and this could be an area for buyers yet again. So it's yet to be seen how fast price will rise, and then traders should act based on this price action. Before we move to the Tron against the Bitcoin, just wanted to share some of our latest results from my Binance Paradise VIP family channel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is absolutely free channel where you can simply follow all our results and see how our signals are performing. So the latest was algo, and if we open the chart, also extremely good entry with literally zero drawdown. So on this chart, target 1 has been reached pretty fast, as you can see. Now let's go further up and see other signals that we had. For example, this signal WTC against the USDT, it's a swing trade, meaning that it might be holding for an extended period of time. And as you can see, we're expecting X to move on this coin. And moving to the current price action, target 1 has been already tested, and you can see there is still so much potential. At the same time, what you can see is that not all trades can be perfect, and sometimes there can be a drawdown. But the most important fact, we stayed in the market, we are in profit, and this is the most important thing, to manage the trade, to manage the risk, and come out in green in a relatively short period of time. This is exactly what we had. This is the example of that. Another swing trade is Badger against the USDT, also a swing trade. And here is the result. Target 1 has been tested already. These are the most recent trades that we had, ladies and gentlemen. So feel free to join our VIP family. The link you can find down in the description of this video. And now it's time to move on to the Tron against the Bitcoin analysis. Now on this chart, we're looking at the Tron BTC on the weekly chart. This is the logarithmic chart. Clearly, price is trading within this descending wedge. At some point, this wedge could be broken, and in that case, we obviously will see yet again a massive growth on the coins against the Bitcoin, multiple coins. At the same time, it's very possible this will be the Tron. To understand better this price action, let's move to the lower time frame. And on this chart, what we can see is the price is trending up. Higher highs and higher lows are being produced, meaning that this could be the change in trend finally for the Tron against the Bitcoin. Very important thing is that right there we saw the rejection of the simple uptrend trend line. At the same time, we had this support area right there, which previously was the resistance. Then multiple times it has been acting as the support, with the last one being on February 23rd. And this makes this price at 83 satoshis extremely important, because this is the key level. And as long as the price is above this level, this means that the support is being respected along with a simple uptrend trend line. And as long as it's respected, this will remain an uptrend. The nearest resistance is still this price area at 135 satoshis, which corresponds to the 200 exponential moving average. This will be the first major obstacle for the Tron against the Bitcoin, and obviously very important to watch whether there will be break to the upside or not. If not, there could be yet again corrective move to the downside towards the trend line. But if there will be the breakout, which is most likely to occur, then price can reach the 184 or 200 satoshis level. So we can see there X2 potential to double the Bitcoin offered by the Tron as long as this low holds. We need to have a daily closing price to remain above this level. In regards to the resistances, first resistance is obviously based on this low, which has been formed back in September 2019. This will be the first obstacle, which corresponds with the moving average. But the second and third, based on the Fibonacci retracement, applied to this last move to the downside. The very common pullback is towards either 78.6 or 88.6 Fips. And this is what can be expected. The price breaks above, corrects. So this is yet another potential opportunity for the buyers. And then we will see yet another move to the upside. If there will be the break above this resistance at 200 satoshis, this will mean that our wedge has been penetrated, and this will mean we are in the long-term uptrend. But for now, it's only a pullback of the major downtrend, which is expected, and where Tron is offering to double the Bitcoin, potentially to double Bitcoin, obviously only if the daily close will remain above this low. Alright, that was all for today, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to take it easy and smooth, and see you all next time.